Hello, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and this is Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, and look at how done everywhere is. Like, the main world map menu system situation is no longer purple, everything is done, except for Giant Palace, so look at how many missions we have. So we'll be taking on the crows at some point, the minigame man still exists for some reason, we'll have a hill to climb, but before all that, Billy, get your ass back inside the temple.
Let's go!
There are a few emblems of courage hidden throughout Giant Palace by ancient chickens. Billy, you must find all the emblems of courage in Giant Palace.
You can't make me do anything. Yeah, I was just quiet for a moment there, just so you could appreciate the music and the ambiance of Giant Palace during the day, which now we know is shaped like an emblem. Why do you exist? You're not allowed to be real. We defeated your leader. Why are the rest of you still alive? Oh, that's dangerously close to a certain other brand of logic that I do not want to make reference to on this YouTube channel. Anyway, I saw a peach-colored dinosaurs! Why? I thought we dealt with you, but peach-colored egg there that we are going to need to dispose of. I just want to hatch a friend first. Is that really so much to ask?
I just want to hatch a friend.
But, okay, so, funny story. First of all, Glarin for the first time in 89 years. America bird. So, first of all, peach-colored egg. Peach Salmon Fascinator, that's you. If anyone gets that reference, then wow, you have a very specific. I forget what's in this egg. What's inside? Is it death? Is it taxes? I have no idea what that does. It's a turtle. I'm assuming it probably increases your defense or something. I don't know. But yeah, funny thing. Oh, what's down here? Is there secrets? Is it a secret passage? Is it failure? Is it jailure? Is it ring pop chicken house? What I'm trying to get to in this conversation is, while I remember the Sand Ruin levels taking forever and a half to complete, I don't remember Giant Palace taking all that long. I remember it certainly being of a particular flavor of difficulty, certainly, but I don't remember it being a long time. You know, it's been a long day without you, my friend. I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. As the egg flies off and I fall off the universe, now we'll never know what the turtle does, because I could just hatch another one, but nah. Nope, no thank you. I don't need to fight you anymore. I just want to know. Oh, that's gonna take us over there anywhere. No, it won't. Yes, it will. No, it won't. Yes, it will. Take me to the ball game. Hold on to the beans. Take me to your heaven when my nights are cold and lonely. Like I've ever joined the stars, won't you take me to your heaven, to your heart? There, Tess just referenced and Swedish. So yes, this doesn't strike me as a particularly troublesome level, it's just there's so many optional side funds. Side funds, mind you, like Fund Group, which is a... Like, I don't remember, is that the name of a real shop? Or is that the name of the, of retail in Animal Crossing, except in foreign? I forget which one. Possibly Spanish, maybe German. Sounds German, might be Spanish. Okay, number 3! Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want in your Burger King burger is someone else's foot fungus. But it turns out that might be just what you get. I don't know what that is. I know of the meme. I'm very late to the meme party. But anyway, first of all, the floor is hexagons that tessellate. I'm here for it. See, that's a fun little sneaky advantage bonus flavor of my brand. You know, my brand. I sincerely hope that if you go out there into the real world and you see a pattern of hexagons that tessellate, you look at it and be like, I know him! And here we are. And also, I am pleasantly surprised with myself for getting as many chick coins as I have so far, because you know what I'm like with collecting those. Like, sometimes you win, sometimes you're bad. Oh good, the door's not open, which means there's gonna be more enemies. Daniel Sears, I've still not let that go. Well, you can't make me let go of it. I will eventually, because... And we had my whole internal discussion about being annoying, and hey! I see a room with crows! We could hatch that, but we don't need to. I'm just going to use my large egg, because it's large. It's large and large. I feel like I should have feelings about this, like, mechanic, and I sort of don't. Like, it is a little bit awkward because oftentimes the crows will get caught on the edge of your egg, which makes it a bit hard to steer them. But, just, in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of no big deal. If you're that fussed, then just hatch the egg and get a fresh one that's smaller. You know, a big red one, except it's neither big nor red because it's small and fresh. Ah, of course. The two genders, big and red, or small and fresh. So how are you lovely people doing on this fine, fine day? At the time of recording this, I haven't uploaded the last episode of Sand Ruin yet. So this is a complete unknown to you. I have no idea what you lovely people think of Giant Palace yet because you've not seen it. Number 4. Burger King hand glove. Yeah, that's something they didn't make videos about back in the wealth. But I don't want to open these cages in case there's like something of value in the behind, and now you've ruined my flow. Ooh, we can have a rubbish. We can make like a Moldovan tailor and have a bee. Which in itself is a really, really roundabout reference to a misheard lyric of a junior Eurovision song from 2013. So if you don't get the reference, you're correct. It's sort of like that whole thing of, hey, sing the Spanish national anthem. Correct, it has no words. Oh, these are on timers. I was too busy bumbling around, it did not occur to me that they might run out. Except that one did run out, and it didn't come back to the on. Stop this. I shouldn't have to take my flaming egg on a fantastic journey of overtime and space. And yet here we are anyway. Oh, can y'all please just let me hatch my rubbish in peace? I'm just gonna hide inside. Okay, now that's a thing. Apparently there exists a thing in American folklore called the hide behind. So, they couldn't even think of a fancy name for it, they just described what it does. 0 out of 10 America, try harder with your cryptids. See, at least here at the UK, we have ABCs, which are like, I forget what it stands for, it's like alien cats or something. It's like records of there being like sort of pantherae in the UK, and we don't know how they got here or even if they got here. You murdered my bomb egg. I'm going to sue you until Christmas. Yeah, because the duration of the legal proceedings determines how much payout you get. Also, where did the other dinosaur go? What killed the dinosaurs? The other dinosaurs! Did you charge through here somehow? Have you unspawned? Must I leave and return? Help! Oh, wait, Oh, there you are. I thought I heard something spawn behind me. I can't see. Okay, now you're dead for real. Oh, good, bats. Even better than my previous favorite flavor of thing. Wow, you're too high. You're Elton Scramble. Stop this. Rubbish, go and do a murder. Wow, you're still too high. Oh wait, no, you're not. Now you're the right height to be exploded into several smaller versions of yourself. I'm having a lot of fun. I don't even, like, I know what that's a reference to, but I don't intimately know it. Wouldn't that be weird if that's how people reproduce? Like, you can't reproduce at all unless someone smacks you in the face, at which point you split into a small army of babies. Now, is there a chick coin in here? Because this would be a good and also devious place to hide one. Unless I already have them all. I already have them all. I'm dumb. Let's get the fluff out of here. Hello, egg. You are an egg. Here's a rubbish. And there's me with my head on fire.
Good morning.
Now, something that was pointed out in the comments a while ago by the lovely Nitro Indigo is that Billy's hair looks kind of like a beak, And would you believe I did not notice that until I saw that comment? D. It's just because I went exploring for chick coins. Game, you're just jealous of my game. You need to find a house and stay in it at that. Now the question is, what do we do next? Because we have 3 Billies and we have 3 friends. I'm gonna go with banter. I'm gonna do things in an unexpected order. Because, like, I suppose you could argue that Giant Palace 5 is probably the last mission of the game, but you could also argue that this is just because of numbers.
It looks as though Billy was unable to chase all the crows out of here. With his strength, I'm sure he could chase the crows out of Giant Palace once of all. The crows are using every last bit of their strength to look for you. Be careful out there. Good luck.
Now, once again, I don't trust there to not be a chick coin here. Also, isn't this literally where we just ended the previous mission? Well, it's not, like, chronologically the previous mission, yet here we are. But yes, it's this whole area that reminds me of the fire side of the end game of Anodyne, which is probably one word in Finnish, because that's just how that language does its being. Could you stop being alive? Thank you. You're doing the world a great service. You're the BBC World Service, except you're dying. Because at first I was talking to the other one, but he's since died, so I transferred the conversation over to someone else. Because that's a thing you can do. There's a lot of paperwork involved, but it can be done. You heard it here first. I am your legal advisor when it comes to talking to people who aren't alive anymore, and then you have to talk to someone else. Tess, why do you exist? Like, what chain of events caused you to come into being? Because no one asked for this, no one's okay with this. Are we going to need to defeat more shadows, and do they count as enemies? Well, what's inside this canoodle? Is it Flauf? It's nothing. Well, we'll hatch a friend instead, see what we can do with our friend. Give me the melones and the other melons. Now, there's a thing, and I forget what it's called, so I won't say anything else. Now, there's a principle in Japanese art where everything has to look like itself. You know, everything happens so much. But, like, that's why when you see, like, cantaloupes or whatever they are, they're always perfectly circular, intact, and there's, like, a little sort of stalk on top. And, like, why cherries always appear in 2s, and why watermelons are always slices or whole. Boscos! I still haven't looked up whether it's Boscos or Boscon, and you think it's Boscos. Yeah, I forget what that's called, but that's a thing in Japanese art. Which sort of relates to, like, we're familiar with that principle mostly because of Pac-Man. And Pac-Man is called Pac-Man because it was originally going to be called Puck-Man. But then the people were like, but if we call it that, people are probably going to graffiti the machines. And that won't end well for our brand fameability. Fameability? Oh, good, there's more. Look at all these children. Look at all those chickens. What I should be doing at this point is recommending. I want to say she's Polish, judging by her name, but I could be wrong. There's a woman on YouTube, and she recreated a load of... Hello. Oh. We recreated a load of classic vines, but in, like, mid-Victorian attire. It's impressive what it is. And also, that was a really sneaky hiding place. Like, not just sneaky, but sneaky, where you have to fling yourself backwards towards your behind. Could you all just get into the impact site as if we were playing the Pickled Minstrels, or Pikmin for short? It almost sounds like that could be a place in Vietnam. Like, Pikhmin. Oh, there's not as much floor there as previously thought. I can go 2 ways, but one of them's closed. And, like, that's not meant to be me, like, insulting Vietnamese. It's just, they have Ho Chi Minh City, so Pikmin City. It makes sense inside the brain of my head. I missed it. I will not leave until I have inspected every nook and cranny. And by that I mean stolen every chip coin and climbed every mountain. Okay. Oh, it's this room again, except this time there's not stuff. Could you not? Thank you. See, I'm so much politer than I used to be, where I'd be like, hey, can you not? Well, now it's just, could you not? Just as a question of politeness. See, all this time, I should just be using my animal buddy, and I just haven't been, because this is just how I play this game. This is why I repeatedly get such disappointing ranks in the levels, because all I do is just slowly push the egg into things. That's all the way over there. That's so rude. Why do I have to go back all that way? Also, with all of these, like, enemy-flavored doors that open because you defeat enemies, this could be the one level that I have discussed before, where there's a finite number of enemies. Well, there's a finite number of enemies in these levels anyway, but, like, this is the one level where you do actually have to defeat every enemy in order to win. Poo beans. Egg acrobatics. Okay, this time I shall learn my lesson and just send our fantastic friend on a voyage of overtime in space. Yeah, nice tame. Nice foot lettuce. I don't know why I'm stuck on that, because as I said, I've not seen the thing that that's from. Genius. That's probably going to get annoying at this point because I keep saying it. So clearly, we should keep a counter, except we won't. It won't be like in that one episode of Good Fentamile where I had a counter for every time I dropped an F-bomb. I see that there, shadow on my right. There's a bathroom on the right. See, it's like Bad Moon Rising, but it's a bathroom. That's just how it is. You need to accept it. Like, seriously, you're under legal obligation to tolerate every crock of bullshit that passes through Dee's lips. Okay, 5 more friends to eviscerate with an egg. Egg-viscerate. And it's this slide again, and everything's gonna be sad. But there might be a coin on the slide of sadness. Ooh, oh. Yeah, I did it. Now watch me die on this final stretch. Okay, we arrived alive, and that's a lot more than 5. I suppose because you can't really go back once you get here, so... Yeah, Postas did the killing blow, where he went up to someone with a knife and went... You know, because that's how you kill someone with a knife. You just whisper sweet nothings at them in the vague hopes that they might drop the knife. I don't know where I'm going with this, because I am a generous child of existence. I am Ellen. Just Ellen. Not even Ellen DeGeneres, not Ellen the Generous, for that matter. Have we had one of those yet? I do not know. So, Cypher, but also sending friend on journey. But I want to grab that egg over there because I don't think we've done this flavor yet. And we might as well hatch it open, see what it contains. Because I don't remember if we've had a light crest yet, but now our eggs have the power of light. Even though we're at the very end of the mission, there is no reason whatsoever for us to care at all. I still don't fully know, rude, what these egg element things actually do, because they don't seem to boost your attack power, but they might. It's rather difficult to tell. Anyway, as I proved in the previous episode, you can just bounce up the boobies. No. You can just sort of get up here by, like, alternating between springing and bouncing, and springing and bouncing, and bringing and spouncing. What do we have here? Is it just another rubbish? It's a friend! Hi, what do you have to say in your voice that kills me?
Lily, roly, chip, madam. I never forget your courage. I make you in the bottom of my heart.
Thank goodness you stopped speaking there. Nothing personal, I just voice. Wee, woo, wee, boop, and woo-hoo. Wow, this level is a lot longer than previously thought. Turns out there is no level in this game where you actually have to kill everyone. Which, oh, the globs weren't globs after all, they were just pulsating wall nodes. And they didn't even pulsate. God, I feel ripped off. Okay, well, let's just... the problem when you're glowing with all the colors of light, which turns out isn't the rainbow, it's just yellow, everything looks like a chick coin that you've just walked past. And I feel like I just checked, and I don't want to check again in case I did and it was annoying, but I feel like I'm still missing 1 chick coin from this level, and I would rather like to completion, so then the Sonic Eggs can stop teasing me for being poor. I thought I heard a friend up here, but it turns out the friends were over here all along. The moon was a dream all along. Could you? Could you on a boat? I don't even have to kill you. That's the kind of shnish. You ever just run out of words? Come on, I want to hatch this just in case it contains something informational. And while I'm... yeah, I did miss one. There was nothing, so we'll just take this emblem and be on our merry little way. Good morning, Bantam, and to Bantam.
Good morning.
Exactly. So technically that's the last mission of the game, because it is technically Giant Palace 8, but like, the unlock requirements for that are not as steep as Giant Palace 5. Ooh! I actually got a good grade for once. But yeah, I feel like Mission 5 in Giant Palace is probably the canonical last mission of the game, because you have to beat all 4 missions of Giant Palace in order to get to it, not counting the friend missions, so... in the next episode anyway, we'll do at least one of these, and at least one of these, maybe, depending on the timing. I shall check in with my egg gallery, and then we will call it a day. So, for the time being, yep, we definitely made some progress there. I have been, and will continue to be, Tessellating Hexagons. You claim to increased attack power. Oh, even the metal one is attack power. That's a bit dumb. I see no proof of it working, but you know, it's whatever. But yes, have been, will continue to be, and shall see thee in the next episode. Haha!